In this video, I'm going to show you how to measure the current of a circuit. So the first thing you're going to need is a working circuit. It can be either powered by a battery pack or an Arduino plugged into a computer. I know that it's working because my light is turned on. Now to measure current, we're going to use the units amps or milliamps. So on your multimeter, you can turn it to either amps or milliamps. I'm actually going to turn mine to milliamps. Milliamps are a little smaller than amps, but we don't tend to get too much current in these circuits, so you'll get a little bit of a better number if you switch it to milliamps. Just when you're writing your answer, you'll write the units as little ma instead of just a whole a, and that's fine too. It'll just be little ma. So to measure current, this one is probably the trickiest one because I can't just stick my probes right into the circuit. I actually have to break open the circuit and complete the circuit using my probe. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to break open my circuit so you can see that my light is on. I'm going to disconnect it in one spot. I'm going to lift up my resistor. Oop, notice my light just went out. It's no longer a circuit. And I'm going to lift up my power. So really, if I touch the power to the resistor, that will just be completing the circuit because those are the things that were being held together in the breadboard. See it lighting up? I'm just completing the circuit. Completing the circuit. And normally they were held together in a breadboard of the same row, and therefore they would be lighting up. Now I've broken my circuit. So what I'm going to use is, now my circuit's broken because my light's not turning on, I'm going to use my multimeter to complete the circuit. Okay, so here we go. I got my two probes. I've got my red power probe and my black ground probe. So the red power probe is going to go onto the power end of wherever you broke it off. So in this case, I broke mine off by the power cord. So I'm going to touch it to power. And my black one is going to go to the ground end of whatever I broke off. In this case, it was the resistor. So I'm going to touch it to the resistor. So now you can see, ooh, sorry, definitely helps to have a friend with you. Let's see if I can touch my red one here and my black one here. All right, so I don't know if you can see that, but as soon as I touch that, I actually use the probes to complete the circuit and my light is turning on. That's how you know you're ready to look at the number on your screen, because that means your probes have now completed the circuit, and so you're actually measuring the current, sort of like you're sticking your head in and measuring the current as it passes through. And when I look at this and I measure the current, I'm getting about 1920 milliamps, which is just about right. You'll usually get between 20 and 25 milliamps, so if you're getting a number around that, you know you're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and let go with my probes. And I can put my circuit back together again now. So that's how you measure current. The most important thing when you're measuring current to remember is make sure you're starting with a good circuit. Make sure you pick two ends that are near each other to break open. You'll know you broke open your circuit because your light will go out. Then you're going to touch the probes into those ends that you just sort of created, and you'll know that they're in the right spot because your light will go on now. And then you're ready to look at the number on the screen. And that's how you measure current in a circuit.